Hey. Everybody all set?
We're all set.
Well, I am about to sign a 3-month extension of our highway funding. And that's a good thing, because if this wasn't in front of me and ready for signature, we would end up having projects all across the country that would be frozen after midnight. On the other hand, we have now made it a habit where instead of 5-year funding plans for transportation, instead of long-term approaches where we can actually strategize on what are the most important infrastructure projects, how are they getting paid for, providing certainty to governors and mayors and states and localities. Instead, we operate as if we're hand to mouth, 3 months at a time, which freezes a lot of construction, which makes people uncertain, which leads to businesses not being willing to hire because they don't have any long-term certainty. It's a bad way for the U.S. government to do business. And we can't have bridges collapsing and potholes not being filled because Congress can't come up with an adequate plan to fund our infrastructure budget for more than 3 or 5 or 6 months at a time. Okay? So I want to make sure that before I sign this, Congress gets a clear message, and that is we should not be leaving all the business of the U.S. government to the last minute. My hope is that, although I wish Congress well during the next 6 weeks, they probably deserve some time with their families and to refuel a little bit, that some of these next 6 weeks are prepared to come up with a plan and approach whereby Democrats and Republicans sit down and negotiate a budget that works for everybody, and that everybody comes back with a spirit of compromise and a spirit of how do we make sure that our defense budget and our domestic budget is reflective of the core needs that are going to improve prospects for people's lives, not just this year, but for years to come. There you go. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.